Who, who do you want to shoot at, Orc? You please select the target.
Tell me, cause I'm in now.
I want to say
I'm ready.
Garrix.
Let's go for Garrix.
Yeah.
Hi, it's 975 and welcome to Elite Dangerous on the Xbox One. And today I'm doing a video to gauge your opinions of something, because I have an opinion, and I'm going to express that opinion in a minute, and it may prove unpopular, but I just want to gauge what your opinion is and what the opinion is of the wider audience of YouTube videos for Elite Dangerous PvP. Now, I've just lost 2/3 of the audience because I've mentioned the term PvP in Elite Dangerous, which is not a popular subject, but a lot of videos get put on YouTube of various fights and scraps that go on within the Elite Dangerous universe. Here on Xbox, this is an example. This is us, the Dark Marauders versus IED. This is a 6v6 wing fight, and that is the only kill, and the rest of it is a lot of people high-weighting out. Now, I've described this as a kerfuffle, but I have been aware of a lot of videos and a growing trend of people using the words war and battle to describe what essentially is just a little wing fight. I put up a video recently of a 3v3 wing fight where two mediums and a small ship took on two corvettes, effectively. There was a Type 9 involved, but it wasn't really involved that much. And I called that a wing fight. I watched a similar video made the same day where it was a 3v3, I think it was two corvettes and a cutter versus a crate, a cutter and a corvette, and lo and behold, the two corvettes and cutter, the superior firepower won the day, and the other team jumped out. Nobody was killed, there was no deaths, no nothing, and that was still described as a battle. And at that point I'm going, I'm not agreeing with that. Now, I'll give certain passes to certain types of videos, like for example, Paul at War did a really cool video of the Battle of Boran, and that encompassed weeks of fighting, IED trying to protect miners from all sorts of scumbags and people, including ourselves, the Dark Marauders, though we weren't trying to grief or kill anyone, we were just trying to extract a little bit of cargo. Also, I did note that it didn't include the fact that IED were killing loads of miners. Any miner that they deemed to be a bad guy, they were going after and killing, which is a bit of a double standard, because you can't say you're protecting the miners when you're equally trying to kill and murder miners. I'm kind of seeing that as a double standard, personally. If you're going to protect miners, you protect miners. If you're murdering them, how are you protecting them? But yeah, the constant attacking of me and other members of the Dark Marauders when we were up in mining ships mining, it's like, you're protecting miners? All miners? No? Some miners. The miners we like. The miners we don't deem to be bad guys. Anyway, I'm going off on a tangent. Ranting as usual. So, I would love to know your opinion. Am I being too harsh? Like I say, Paul's video, the Battle of Boran, uber cool. It encompassed weeks of fighting, lots and lots of death, loads of ships popping. That I can get behind being called a battle, you know? When there was videos of us versus ESR, that was something that dragged on for over a month, over 2 months or 3 months, I can kind of understand people using the word war. I think I even made a video where I described it as a BGS war. Because that's what it really was. I mean, there was a few skirmishes and there was a few fights, but I wouldn't have said anything really as a battle. It was never really like a massive battle, and it's quite hard in Elite Dangerous to have a massive battle. Quite often, it's like a fight with lots of skirmishes. It's not really a mass battle situation. It's not like EVE Online when there's like thousands of players versus 1,000 players. I mean, this fight here is, a pretty standard encounter between IED and Dark Marauders. It's kind of like a 6v6, 7v7, maybe even 8v8. I've even managed to record an 11v11 once, but it's very rare that they get that big, and if they get that big, there's always instancing issues. So, intrinsically, the way Elite Dangerous plays, the words battle and war are not really accurate descriptions of what's going on. And let's face it, a 3v3 wing fight being described as a war is a bit disingenuous as far as I'm concerned. But am I being too harsh? I would love to know in those comments down below if you feel I am being too horrible and harsh about people's use of descriptive titles. For me, I would like to see skirmish used for more. I'd like to use wing fight used more. I'd like to see, like, you know, and to be honest, I picked kerfuffle because I thought it was a much underused term and it accurately describes what this was. You know, I like a rumpus. A rumpus would be a good one. You know, let's have some fun, silly titles that don't invoke, you know, this over dramatic styling. Even Orc, who did a video about this night's incident in total, I mean, at least it includes 6 kills, or at least I think it includes some of the 6 kills, and it covers the whole night's fighting. He described it as a battle, and even then I was like, is it really though? It's probably just a skirmish. It's not a battle. What was our grand objective here? We just came up here to kill some people, or try to, and mostly they just jumped away. You know, if you're only getting, you know, a few kills in an evening, I'm not seeing it as a major battle. When we took over Shinny on a night and got 8 kills, I described it as a party night. I'm very loath to use these terms like battle and war, and I'm also personally, I'm not one for making the really over dramatic cinematic music styly videos. They are, I mean, if they're done well, they're really good. Paul at War does a really good example of the style of video I'm talking about. Even Orcs one of the night that this happened had some very good cinematic moments, was nicely put together. Mayroon does some that I think are great and I think work really well. Others of his, I think, you use the word battle there to describe a 3v3 in which nobody died. I'm not buying that as a battle. But on the whole, he does some ones that are very, very good. And these are good examples of the breed of video I'm talking about. I have seen though a lot of videos of this styly. They're starting to become more and more common, and I'm just asking, do we want them to be called battles, or do we want people to use more accurate descriptive words, and really just reserve battle and war for when it actually is, you know, something fought out over days with consequences, and a war should only be something fought over months, you know, and probably will involve much more BGS than PvP. But like I say, I'm throwing this open to you guys. I'd love to know your opinions. Am I being too harsh? Am I being too pedantic and too picky? Which is something that I am quite often guilty of. Let me know in those comments down below, and let me know if you enjoyed this wing fight, because it was just a fun evening's fighting, and my frag Mamba works better against big ships.